prayer and begins with you. So may we always acknowledge you in everything that we do. You said if we acknowledge you in all our ways, you said you will direct our path. And if we seek ye first your kingdom and all your righteousness, everything will be added unto us. And if we want change, and if we want to see a better community, if we want unity, whatever it may be, God, let us put you in it first and foremost. Bless this evening as we bless you. If there's food that we're going to partake of, we ask, oh God, we thank you for that. We don't bless the food because you are the provider of the food, so we bless you. And so thank you for that as well, God. Let every speaker that comes up here tonight be bold and be diligent and just speak something to us as a community and as a family.
To bring unity in the community. We've been doing straight talk for a long time. Sister Eb, you come on in, Sister Eb. Come on. Anyway, I'm just going. Okay, but anyway, y'all, we've been doing these meetings for a long time, and our goal is to bring unity in the community. We want to help the young adults and the kids as well. As y'all can see, we need more kids in here. You know, we've been having these meetings once a month, and that's what our main goal is, y'all. So if anybody, when we do our meeting next month, we want the kids, we want them here. We definitely want them here. We want them to educate them. We want to help. We just want to help out. We got a lot of power in this room. Like Auntie says, she got the GED thing going on. A lot of other things where they can help you do jobs, computer classes and all. We as a community, we need to take advantage of this stuff. So it's up to us, y'all, to really get the word out there. Before we get into our main agenda, we want to go over our announcements. A lot of the stuff going on, y'all. It's up to us to promote it. Now, how many of y'all be on Facebook? Clap if you're on the book, y'all. Come on now.
I'm recording, man.
Now, are y'all tired of the negativity and all the crazy stuff that's on that Facebook?
I'll clean it
How
up.
many of y'all post positive stuff on the book?
Clean it up.
All right, y'all. That's good, man. That's good.
Clean it up.
It's up to us, y'all. If they can post stuff about the clubs and everything, and I don't knock none of that, it's up to us to promote and post stuff about what we got going on as well. So let's keep that going, y'all. And we finna bring some entertainment before we start this meeting. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, then, y'all. Without further ado, man, you know, I'm trying to get my Mick Romney vocabulary together. So, y'all, without further ado, y'all, make sure y'all stand on your feet, y'all. Y'all show some love, man. Please clap, man, for Shavonda and her girl. But y'all clap for her.
We are the seeds ready to grow, but you must invest in the tending to help our youth because we are the future. Get your house ready for your harvest.
Oh, the harvest is almost over, and the sun is going down. You better get in order for it won't be very, very long. Oh, the harvest is almost over, and the sun is going down.
Basically, what I like to say today is that what we need to start doing is looking within ourselves, investing within ourselves so that we may invest into our youth. And I have to say this because this is what helped to change me as an individual. I can look at some of what has happened to me in my past, and I can look at the strong women that I've had in my families. And I can look back and say that those women have cursed their husbands out. I can look back and say that those women didn't take no mess, and they were fighters. I can look back and say that they'll look at somebody in the grocery store, and if you look at them the wrong way, they're going to give you a good cursing out. And I look at some black women, and not just black women, I look at some women in their older age, and I wonder why they're so angry. They have nothing else better to do but to sit home and curse people out on the telephone or find things that really you don't have to be upset about. But if we learn how to communicate, and we communicate with each other in a better way, then what we'll be teaching our children is how to better communicate with each other, how to better respect their elders.
I have identical twin sisters
Yes,
that is 10 minutes
identical.
older than me. There's 5 of us in our family. 3 boys and 2 girls. My dad was Charlie Freeman III out of Robonia. My mom is Geneva Freeman. I had Wayne when I was 21 years old. His grandmother said that if he started telling lies and cut his tongue out.
Boy, what would have been?
That's what she said. Wayne started talking at 6 months old, and I'm not talking about no da-da. He was holding sentences at 6 months old, so I know he was special.
Wow.
And I would run red lights, and he'd say, "You ran that red light." I said, "Boy, sit down." Because he talked at an early age. I started working at Manatee Memorial Hospital in 1977. The CEO at that time told me, he said, "You'll be able to retire, a full retirement at the age of 50. I said, "Sissy, is you crazy?" I was able to retire way before 50. I had a full retirement at the age of 40.
God. About 18, 19 years old, I was stealing cars, robbed an electronics store. The newspaper said we stole about $25,000 worth of electronic equipment at that point in time. And I was just in a mess. I was surrounding myself with a lot of people that I didn't need to be around. I was going around a lot of different directions that were no good. And I was getting high on cocaine one night with some friends of mine, and I had this guy that was a friend of mine that always hated it when I used the Lord's name in vain. And that spoke to me. We were getting high, and I must have said something, and he brought it up, and all of a sudden that seed in my heart started to kind of speak to me. And I went upstairs, and I remember throwing my cigarettes out the window, and I climbed into my closet, and I found a little Bible book that my grandmother used to read to me when I was a little girl, and I just started reading it. I just dove in, man. I was reading it, and I was just overwhelmed. A girl came to my door the next morning, and my roommate used to sell drugs, and she came because her daughter was in the car, and her daughter was telling her to tell us that she was selling something, some sort of materials, whatever. She came to my door, and I was like, "I don't do that anymore. I'm preaching the word of God now." And she's like, "Well, how long have you been preaching the word of the Lord?" I'm like, "A couple hours." But yeah. I said, "Well, have you accepted the Lord into your heart?" And I really didn't know. I was kind of like, "I'm not sure." She said, "Hold on, I have something for you." She went to her car, and she came back, and she had a little prayer card with the Lord's Prayer on it. And I'm telling you, God sent somebody to my front door for me to accept the Lord into my heart right there. From that time, I kind of went through some different things in my life. Ended up going to an event called Youth for Christ, where I was ministering to some youth, and I was doing some good things, but had this man in my life that I was in love with. And I decided that I wanted to be with him, and that he was going to move in with me when he got out of jail. I know, it's a wonderful thing. I made a decision to turn away
Get a Baptist home
from
on
all
that
the
one.
things I was doing with God to make this commitment to this guy. And he moved in with me. That was probably, it was a while ago. But about 5 years ago, Satan tried to set me up. After that, after I allowed him to move in with me, it continued from there. I started smoking weed. He taught me how to sell pills, how to go to the doctor,
Wow.
how to, you know what I'm saying? I was a hustler, you know. It was whatever. It was anything, everything. I still went to church though. I was in church every Sunday. paying my
Keep going,
tithes. I was
keep
there.
going.
But I wasn't glorifying God. I was glorifying my flesh, and I wasn't giving the glory to God. Over time, things with this guy that I chose over God didn't work out. We split up. If I would have chosen God, I would have been in a much better place. But I'm going to fast forward to a little bit to, I started going to school for bail bonds. So everybody's saying what's up to Byron over here. He was an awesome person in my life. Got a roommate. My roommate sold drugs. I didn't care because I got a discount on him. You know, you could pay rent that way, whatever. Didn't really bother me that he was selling drugs, and I traveled a lot for the job I was in. I was in home health, and I traveled all over the place. So
I heard one of the guys that the guy that was up here earlier, he was talking about the language, and I didn't mean to create a stressful situation, but there's a different meaning of support other than financial support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have children, and when I was like 22 years old, I was sent off to prison. I was sent to Florida State Penitentiary. I was sentenced to natural life of 45 years. I was given a wrong sentence for shooting a cop and a robbery. My kids were 2 and 3 years old. I was never there for them. When I returned home, when I got out of prison 26 calendar years later, my kids were 28 and 29. I didn't know their favorite color. I didn't know what they liked.
Exactly.
I didn't know what their mind thoughts were. I never participated in a PTA meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I missed numerous of birthdays. I missed numerous of holiday events. I missed, you know, being able to comfort a sick child. You know, I remember getting a letter from my wife, ex-wife at that time. You know, she was telling me, she said, you know, your daughter, I had to go and get your daughter. They had her down at the juvenile detention. I said, what's going on with this?
Exactly.
I'm thinking in my mind, so I go on to read the letter, and I'm saying to myself, I wonder what she had to go down there and get up for. But she was on the school bus, and she was in the 4th grade, and a guy was making markers. He was saying, you know, what kind of bird don't fly? You know, and she was saying, I said, well, all birds fly. So your daddy knows he's a jailbird. She stabbed him with a pencil.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You know, she stuck him with a pencil. You know, the influence of a father in a child's life, especially a boy.
Mm-hmm.
The influence of a father in a family structure, period.
Exactly.
Very important.
Exactly.
Hey, it's your boy Wayne Washington, a.k.a. Wayne Weezy, doing it up big with Straight Talk, y'all. Y'all need to come on out. It's every Monday at the CCBRA. I got my brother Javon Cheese Carter, my brother Mackie from the streets, ministries, man. We want y'all to come out and see the positivity that we're doing in the community. It's each and every month. Our next meeting is the last Tuesday in November and the last Tuesday in December. If you need comedy or community activists, hit me up at 941-249-7532. Stay positive and do something for the kids and the young adults. I love you. God bless you.